Reading begins with identification and association of symbols with sounds, and then progressing to creating a mental picture of what those sounds mean. Now let's move on to look at the components of reading. There are six components of reading, and it begins from phonological awareness. Phonological awareness. And what is phonological awareness? This is the ability of the learner to differentiate between sounds. For example, when you say man, the child is able to identify that man has three different sounds. The beginning sound is mm, the ending sound is and then the middle sound is ah. At this point too, when you recite tongue twisters, let's say Peter Papa picked a pair of pickled pepper, the learner is able to identify that the most repeated sound there is p, 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 p. So when the child has reached this stage, it means the child is at what? Phonological awareness or understands phonological awareness. Then the next concept we'll look at or component we'll look at is phonics. Phonics is a very important component of reading. That is the ability to associate sounds with letters or those symbols used to represent the letters. The ability to associate sounds with these letters and use them, blend them to read words. Ability to associate sounds with symbols and blend them to form words or read words. That's phonics. Then you move to vocabulary, the ability to associate meaning or make meaning from words that you see or create a mental picture of what those words or those sounds represent and be able to use them in variety of contexts is what? Vocabulary. Let's say this man can be used as to represent a noun and can also be used as a verb. That way you are understanding or getting to what? Vocabulary. Then the next concept of reading is comprehension. And what does it mean? Being able to make meaning, identify events and characters in a text or let's say a passage. Being able to make meaning, identify characters in a passage and events. That way, so at this point, when the child finishes reading the passage, the child should be able to answer questions based on the passage, like telling who the characters in the story are, or telling the events, like the major event, the settings, and all that in the story. It means the child understands the story or passage he or she has read. It also includes being able to analyze the text read in different ways. Then we come to the next component, that is fluency. That's the ability to read with accuracy, the right speed, and expression. Expression here means intonation and the tonation. Where you have to raise it, you raise it, or you have to bring it down, you bring it down. So when you are reading, when there is an explanation, you explain. When there's a full stop, there's a pause, respecting all those rules so that it brings out the actual meaning of the text. It means you have reached reading fluency. Then the last one is writing. That is the ability of the learner to be able to express their own thoughts and their own opinion through either text or pictures. So once the child has gotten there, maybe the child has finished reading, understood what is in the text, and is able to express their own opinion about what they have read through either drawing a picture or using text. That means the child has reached the writing stage. So all these aspects develops oral language and brings concept. That's all for today's lesson. We will continue and look at the various sounds individually, the dynamics of them, and some strategies you can use to teach them so that your learners can grasp them easily and become fluent readers. Thank you for tuning in. If you find value in this video, kindly share it. Don't be stingy. Let others benefit from it. See you.